All right. Good evening, everyone. Hope you're all doing well this weekend. And happy summer solstice in advance because tomorrow is the summer solstice. So I know I got a lot planned that I got to be doing. Let's see. Terror, welcome. And yes, the slow thing will be activated all night tonight. That is both for myself and the admin to help us be able to see messages quicker before we get just this massive wall of text. We're going to try it out, see how it works. Something a little new. Things are getting bigger. We're getting bigger over here on the channel. And we're just trying to balance out things a little bit better. Do remember, though, we have been getting active, so I don't know if the 30-second delay is going to be enough to help. So we do still have the super chats. If you need that, you can use that, and it'll make sure it flashes up, and your question will get answered as long as it fits in with YouTube's policies. Make sure it is something that is considered for public consumption. Let's see. Leviticus, welcome. That's not a composer I personally am aware of. I'll have to look them up, though. I'm always looking for new music and stuff, so I will definitely look them up. Thank you. Let's see here. Who else we got in here? Luna, welcome. Toka, welcome. And Tina, or Tony, welcome. Sorry, my eyes are dry. I've been outside, so the screen's actually a little hard to see right now for me. I do apologize for that. Purified, good to see you again. A12. Radu. Let's see. Wow, we got a lot of people in here tonight. 2D, Uber Putas, Satomi, and Celeste. Welcome. Let's see, we got some questions up here already. Okay. Is it possible to become something more than human while being on the earth? Plus, can you tell me more? To the best of my knowledge, no, it's not possible for transmutation or anything like that to alter you in any way that you'd be more than human. In literally any way. That is in the realms of within spiritual alchemy and the likes of that, which deals with ascent, but not within the realm of being beyond human while within the physical plane. Is what it is. I'm always open to learning new things and seeing new things, and I do know a few people who's tried to make such claims, and every time I've pursued those claims, and hold on, the twins are trying to get to this again, they can't back it up for squat. A lot of people want to make claims with no proof. I require proof. And so far, they have not been able to back that up with any kind of proof at all. So I'm still going to have to stand on the no, not possible until shown proof. But I always keep an open mind so I can learn new things in the future. Let's see. Even with the delay, we are busy. Do make sure to hit the like button. We've got 22 people in here and only 12 likes. Come on, people, smash that like button. Let YouTube know you like the work we're doing. So tell me, what's my thoughts on Eli? Okay, look. I don't know Eli. I don't follow his channel. I did pop over and check out some of his content because I have been getting spammed, emailed about this question. Now, what I do see is a bunch of drama going around on his channel right now and a bunch of different people's thoughts and opinions. I don't know him as a practitioner. I can say I definitely disagree with a large chunk of his gnosis, especially around the left-hand path, the Qliphoth, and other entities. But that said, his path is his path, and honestly, I don't want to get caught up and dragged into his drama because it honestly feels a little high schoolish, if y'all know what I mean. So, I mean, I wish everyone the best, but I don't know the guy. I can't comment on him. I really don't. And I mean, maybe if I sat down and talked with him or something and got to know him or watched more of his material, I could form a better opinion. Right now, Satomi, I don't have an opinion. And really, I don't want to get brought into the drama. Tara, I'll try not to chat much unless I think of a question. I'm going to just listen and eat my dinner. Hope we have a successful and good evening. Well, Tara, I mean, just because we got the delay don't mean you can't chat. Hope that's not why you're not chatting. Oh, crap, we jumped. I am already falling behind. Jake, good to see you. Peachy, good to see you. Halloween, y'all best behave or I'll come out of this bath after. Let's see. Jake, thank you for the donation there. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Let's see here. Wow, we got a lot of things. Even with the delay, I'm behind. Yep. Okay. Also, we did have a bit of a fun little thing happen last weekend. So the admin will be watching out for spam and other comments. So please try to keep it clean as you can. Let's see what we got here. Last stream I asked about manifestation, and you said it's most important to release it. How important is it to feel and think constantly like you have already manifested it? I would say it's very important. In my research, I actually find that when you are doing the spell, at least, to feel as if you've already done it, as if you've already claimed it, I find that is immensely important. I really do. I find it gives you, I'd say, increases your results by 70%, if not more. Oh, wow, we jumped. Okay, wow, we are busy tonight. Did you manifest your YouTube following and or success, or was it just something that happened? Actually, no, I didn't do any magic in order to gain followers. The way I've approached this channel was pretty much if there was an audience that needed to hear what I had to say, they'd find it. So that's pretty much how that happened. I'm not a big fan of building on manipulation of others. Inviticus, what are your thoughts on the Norse berserkers? Well, there's a lot of different myths and ideologies and philosophies around the Norse berserkers within the culture, and we don't have a lot of detailed records either. So it does make it very hard, and you're going to come along across a lot of different theories and thoughts on this. I do believe that the berserker warriors are a thing. I'm even pretty sure we have proof of them. Oh, that coffee's good. But the exact details on them, that is somewhat still lost. But I do believe that they were channeling energy to some extent. I do believe they were perhaps shamanic fighters. I know that there's a big, heavy lean-to that they use psychedelics and other substances like this to dull their pain and would actually make them a danger on the battlefield. That's definitely a possibility. But by and large, when you read the Havamal and you look how Odin speaks of this stuff, considering they were supposed to be warriors of Odin, it seems less likely to me. So I found them an interesting study, but I'm not sure we in the modern time really understand them as well as some people would like to think we do. And I also think a lot of people try to use them as a reason to okay the use of substances and kind of ignore Odin's thoughts on the subject. So let's see. I've been doing the Dragon's Flight ritual every day for the last couple of days, and each time The dragon rulers represent themselves differently each time. Is there a reason for that? Well, the dragons are definitely as changing as we are. I mean, they have their moods, opinions, and then, of course, there is what they need to teach you and how they need to work with you, and that can change from day to day very easily. Let's see. Kanika Drake, do you know the tentative age ranges of what a guardian dragon would fall under? Yeah, actually, a dragon cannot apply to be a guardian until they're 500 years old. And then they can only retain that status until they're 1,000. Once they're 1,000 years old, they are no longer eligible for guardian dragon status, and then will move into one of the main elements to begin focus work there, and will become an elemental dragon at that time. It's at that time that the guardians actually adopt an element. And then they will spend thousands of years within the elements. Most of the time, they'll actually shift elements from and work with different elements over time, and gaining a greater understanding and learning of themselves. Oh, wow, we jump should be a t-shirt. Oh, God. Oh, not a bad idea, actually. You guys hear me say that too often, I'd say. Jamu, good to see you. Welcome. Drake, what are your thoughts on succubus? Are they inherently sexual, or did we just label them? The entities known as succubus and succubi, they're not innately, they're not solely beings of sexual desire, and that's not all they are. They are actually very deep, very philosophical beings. They have a lot of multiple uses. They are complex entities, just like any entity out there. No, the fact that we've labeled them as just these sexual beings is actually human ignorance, and honestly, it's also religious ignorance. And I actually find it distasteful to see practitioners continue to extend this dogma and ideology. I really do. See, cloud gazing. Hey, Drake, I have a question. Have road opener incense. Should I charge them with visuals? I don't know how to use them because I already heard of the oils, but I bought the incense. If you buy an incense, it's already attuned for a specific purpose. It was created for that purpose. You just need to burn it. I would recommend applying it also to some actual candle or sigil magic just to get more bang for your buck out of it. In fact, by and large, I don't burn incense or oil or use oils without doing spell work because I don't know the intent and will that the producer put into it. And even if I made it myself, I'm active. I'm very active in all I do. I'm not passive, so I'm not a big fan of passive. But yeah, you can just burn it. You don't need to charge it any further. And if you're doing it, burning it while you're doing a spell to help open those doorways and those roads, you'll be doing even better. Is it possible for a guardian dragon to want to apply focus to all nine? A guardian dragon cannot work within the elements. End of story. So as long as it's a guardian, the answer to that's no. Is it possible for a dragon to study and work within all nine elements? Yes, but not while it's a guardian or a co for that matter. Co-magicians actually leave their elemental job before they become a co-magician. Both guardians and co-magicians have no element. None. They can't have an element and do their job. Let's see, is it? The light is right here in my face. I got it way too close to that. Is it Scylla? What are your thoughts on the afterlife and reincarnation? Well, actually, in my studies across the planes and working with many entities of the afterlife and death, um, I've come to understand the nature of the soul very differently than what I was originally taught. Because essentially what it comes down to is there is an afterlife. You'll go to the afterlife that best suits your beliefs. Um, and it's not a prison or anything like that. Even the Christian one's not. But here's the kicker. Your soul cannot be contained in this vessel. Its entirety cannot be contained in this vessel. Though only one piece can incarnate at any given time, every time it incarnates, it's a different piece. And this is why you can actually evoke yourself or a past version of you, and there's actually still ghosts. Because if reincarnation functioned the way most people talk about it, there'd be no such thing as ghosts. There'd be no such thing as ancestors or spirits because there'd be nothing left to be there. So that piece will go to the afterlife and it will live within the afterlife and do its thing while the rest of the soul continues to work toward ascent and growth in different pieces. And because of that, those different fragments are doing their thing. At the point of ascent, all those fragments are gathered back up and together into their entirety and their whole, into the identity and the consciousness that achieved ascent. And from there, you start all over and you start learning entirely new. Because ascent is just a different transition into a different form of learning in life outside the physical realm. Celeste, I can't tell if your questions are serious, if you're just up in here trolling. I really can't, man. Because succubus and incubus, they don't write books. They don't need to. Purified, how does incense work on an energy level? Honestly, they just, like anything else, including herbs, they help you to anchor energy and attune it to the intent of the ritual. You can actually use any incense as long as you're using it with a specific intent as you put it together. So it works as a form of anchor to help anchor the energy and keep it on track to what it is you're actually pursuing. Just like any item that you would add into a spell, it helps you anchor more energy, therefore relieving the stress of focusing on every single detail throughout the ritual. And when you craft it yourself, it does allow it to actually hold the focus a little stronger. Or when you actually have an incense that's designed for something that you're already your intent's going to, it can actually anchor it better. By and large, I only buy Dragon's Blood incense anymore. That's the only incense I ever buy. Can a dragon approach you long after a dragon flame ritual? Dragons can approach you anytime. They really can. See, 2D, can entities take physical objects out of our world or interact with them like plucking a flower? Yeah, given enough energy, they can interact with the physical world in minor ways. And also depending on the entity type itself. Some entities are far closer to the physical plane than others. The closer they are, the easier it is for them to do so. You see this a lot with the Fae, where they can actually hide objects. Now, it is debated when a Fae hides an object, are they hiding it in the physical realm, or are they hiding it in the Fae realms? That's debated, and you really can't conclude it until you find the object. And then by then, the argument's, well, they put it there because they're done playing with it. And get those likes up, people. We've got 29 people in here, only 19 likes. I have heard those reports. Yes, I have heard of skinwalkers, and I have actually pursued both. And again, out of interviewing well over 100 people with all those accounts, none of them can prove it. None of them. Which, growing up in church, I also heard about a lot of spiritual healers, and one of them healed me of epilepsy. Funny thing, I still have epilepsy. So if you can't deliver the proof, it's a nice story. Let's see, Halloween. It's oh yeah, if you're looking for the ritual for your guardian dragon, yeah, that's a separate ritual. Tara, I tried dragon. Yeah, it smells freaking amazing. It really does. I love the smell of it. And since it is viewed as an extremely versatile incense, I've just gotten to where that's all I buy. I love the smell of it and everything. During a heavy ritual or path working period in my house, that is pretty much what my house ends up smelling like. Uber Pudas. When people say relax until you can no longer feel your body for specific workings, do they literally mean you can relax so much that you can't feel your body? I don't know. I've actually never heard anyone use that phrase in any functional manner. It doesn't sound like a particular good phrase, because this sounds like they're trying to drift into areas that, yeah, I don't know. That's not a phrase I would tell my students. Relax, de-stress, yes, but where you literally can't feel, no. Jamu, are there angels that look like robots and machines? What are they called? Honestly, they'd be called angels. If you actually go to Google and Google angelic true forms, they are not humanoid with these cute little wings and a heart. No, 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 no. You're talking like balls of fire and metallic with billions of eyes, around just a mass of feathery wings. Maybe they're atrocious, monstrous looking things. So yeah, to see machinery like, yeah, there's plenty of them out there. And it depends on how you use the word robot personally, but I've never seen one that I classify as a robot, but machine like, definitely. And they're just called angels. Angels are angels. That's all they are. The purified, do I believe Bigfoot exists? I believe there's a probability of it. I lived in the Pacific Northwest for a while, and they are obsessed with the Bigfoot up there. And I spent a lot of time out in the woods with different groups who went out and done all the Bigfoot hunting, and I had a lot of fun. And they got a lot of great data and information, but nothing that can be called proof. And I'm a proof guy. So I believe that there's a good probability of it. And I've heard different theories that can make it even more probable. And I've seen some interesting discoveries that actually point to the probability. But I'm still awaiting proof. And I would like to see a lot of these Bigfoot hunting groups actually take it more scientifically and more serious. They're getting a little crazier every year. And that's a little sad to see for me. Leviticus, what do you think is keeping the magical potential of humanity dormant? Not a thing. I love this question. Thank you for asking it. Nothing in the multiverse is keeping humanity as a race's potential for magic dormant at all. The only thing that is keeping it dormant is our own laziness, our own lack of accountability, our own stubbornness. That is it. We have the ability, we have the rights. There's nothing holding us back except us. And you can see this. Go to any occult forum, and you will see people wanting to do pacts just like a wish. They want to just make a pact, get a wish granted. No one wants to do the work. No one wants to learn. No one wants to put in the time, the research. They want instant results, instant reward. That is the only thing, is our own individual laziness. There is no grand conspiracy holding us back. Now, there are a lot of occult practitioners who will tell you opposite, and they've always got the solution to unlock your potential, and they're ready to sell it to you. And that's the kicker. They're ready to sell it to you. Truth is, you don't need to buy it because there's nothing locking it or hiding it. Radu, how realistic would it be to earn your living only with magic? Example, by becoming a teacher or healer or any other ideals? Radu, it's actually pretty possible. I mean, you say healer. Doctors are healers. Doctors make a lot of money. They really do. And the insight that they could gain from magic while going to college to become a physician as well would actually do really well. In fact, I know several doctors who do just that. When you're talking energetic healers, I know several people who are full-time energetic healers. As far as a teacher, well, somehow I tripped and fell into becoming an occult teacher. So it is very, very doable. But here's the kicker. You are your own boss. Your hours suck. And the truth of the matter is work is work. Even if you like it, work becomes work. There's no such thing as that job where you're going to jump out of bed and you're actually going to be like, I'm going to work today. No. Even if you enjoy it, work sucks. And we need to let go of this fictional ideal that if you find the right kind of work, you're always going to be happy. That's a fiction and a fantasy. So, yeah, you're going to have the discipline and the drive to do it. I enjoy what I do. But there's still plenty of times, you can ask many people on the server, where I am so stressed and exhausted, I really just want to pound my head on my desk. But I do enjoy what I do. But it is very doable if you're willing to put in the work, which means you have to understand your taxes, you have to understand your state and federal regulations and laws and all that stuff that goes with it. It is a job just like anything else, and you'll be self-employed unless you find someone else to do all that that'll hire you as an employee. Let's see, which do you believe is more powerful, the vampire or the werewolf? By and large, as we know, vampires and werewolves from Hollywood, they're complete works of absolute fiction. So that's a pointless question, really. Can you get married in a relationship with an entity? And if you can and do it, do they require you to be loyal? D2, that would be entirely up to you and the entity, and based on the entity themselves. And I don't see why loyalty would be an issue. If you have an issue with loyalty, stay away from relationships. Loyalty should never be something that is questioned. I mean, seriously. I know many people in the poly community, and they're loyal to their partners. They don't cheat. They remain completely loyal to the terms of the relationship. Loyalty should never be something that's cast aside, ever. Tony, I've really struggle to accept that work will suck. It will. It will suck. Here's the thing, Tony. If you do find something that you do and you like, it makes it easier. It does make you feel a bit more fulfilled. And for some people, just earning a living and providing for themselves and their family, that is fulfilling. And they got the sweet deal because they run in, they find a good job with a good paycheck. They can punch that clock every day of the year and they're just happy. I can't do that. I wish I could. Oh my God, my life would have been so much easier. But that's one of the reasons I love Mike Rowe so much. Maybe I don't know if many of y'all know who Mike Rowe is. He did the show Dirty Jobs, showing my age here. I used to love that show because he really, really did teach that concept very, very well. The purified. You will find metallic-like aesthetics to almost any type of entity out there that I've come across. And many of these entities, you have to understand, don't have a physical form. Thus, they can shape and shift it as they so choose. So, I mean, if you go looking, you're going to find it because they can just be like, "Oh, you want to see that? Here, let me show you that." So yeah, it's a thing. Let's see, Gandhi, vampires may be a symbol for depleting individuals. It is an archetype that a lot of sorcerers who drain energy and whatnot does use quite a bit. Is that Ela? Hey, welcome. I'm doing pretty good today. Thank you. Hope you're doing well also. Oh, before we get to in here, I want to say some stuff. Last week we had some questions, got a little too close to the political line. Remember, people, we do not do politics in here. But I did answer the question because the way it was phrased, it was at least potentially answerable. But let's keep out of the politics here. Secondly, and this is a little off topic, but it's a Magickal Coffee Hour where we occasionally have some jokes and get weird. I don't know when, but me and my daughter are looking at starting a YouTube channel together. It won't be an occult channel. It will be something a bit more leisurely and fun, but it is a project for me and her to do together, spend time together, something that we're going to enjoy. And once that's up and going, I will be letting you all know about it in case you want to check it out and support us. But it is something I am really, really looking forward to because, well, she's really great. And it's going to be fun to actually be able to partner and do something like that and share that time together. So I had to gush, especially with it being Father's Day. You know how that shit goes. Bardnoldus, geez, work can get busy. Oh, yes, it can. Nick, what would happen if you asked Azazel or Lucifer about the Christian God? Nothing. They actually don't have an issue with Yahweh at all. Again, that's religious dogma being pushed down people's throats. Azazel and Lucifer have no issues with Yahweh, and Yahweh has no issues with them. Yes, Halloween, yes. And for those who, we are leaning toward a D&D channel because both of us are nerds. Luna prepares for all the incoming memes. Yeah, there'll probably be memes. What are the colors you see in the darkness of your eyes when you are falling into a deep trance, like dark purple, blue, bouncing around. Actually, generally speaking, it's the ocular nerves adjusting to having your eyes closed and the light fluctuations within the room. Even within a dark room, there's going to be light fluctuations that the ocular nerves can pick up. And as you sink into a trance, those blood vessels and that shifting of light will be picked up and seen as a color spectrum. This spectrum is translated differently for different people. So there's very little to it. Also, as you are sinking into a trance, even if your ocular nerve's not active, your brain will. And your brain often does use color as a representation. But again, the colors would be individual. So the individual colors actually have no meaning. It means you got a blister. You're working with leather and wood, and you got yourself a blister. That's what that means. Nothing fancier than that. What's your opinion on vampiric and destructive magic? When it comes to baneful magic as a whole, I view it like a tool. Whether it be a sword, a gun, whatever tool of self-defense may be, mace, it doesn't matter. If someone's trying to harm you or your family, you have a right to defend yourself. So destructive and baneful magic, go for it. Vampiric magic, if you're drawing energy from another person to power your crap because you are apparently too weak to do so, I think that speaks ill of you because you are manipulating and using others for your gain. And honestly, I'll be truthfully, that really kind of ranks up there with sexual assault with me. It really does. So if you're willing to violate someone because you ain't got enough power to achieve your own goals, then I don't see that I have too much to talk about. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I love how you bring science into spirituality. It's very reassuring. Well, I'm not spiritual. I can't do things by spirituality or faith. I have to have proof and data points. I can't go in blind. I've never been good at that. And that's the only way I can teach. But ironically, I've found that since I do work with these data points, it gives me a perspective that allows me to give the framework to more people. And then they can take that framework and apply it to whatever path they want, no matter how spiritual or religious they want their path. So I do think there is a value to it. Uh, is it Sela? Sela, how old do I think magic is in terms of evolution of Homo sapiens? Well, magic, by and large, magic has existed since the creation of the multiverse. So the question here is, where are humans in terms of our growth? Honestly, in our potential growth and the different way that entities view us across the multiverse, we're not even crawling yet. We're really not. Willow and Cotton shows what you know. Yeah, there you go. You got me. Still, just a blister. Good one there, Mitten. Oh. Uh, Wizard, I miss a lot of questions these days. We are very busy up in here. I can see if I can find it. It's come to my knowledge that someone is planning or using magic against me to harm me. Would a binding spell to stop her from using her magic on me be effective? Or any ideals you can give me? Yeah, actually, I can give you a quick one. Um, to get you okay, we're going to use this. This is going to be a bone, like a chicken bone. One of the ones I like to do in case of banishing or getting rid of individuals and breaking their connection with me, it actually allows to rebound it. Is you can get a bone, and on that bone, you would write their name and you would write the fact that you're wanting to banish them and their influence upon you and your life. Um, and you will want to call on an entity to help in this spell and your focus. I actually really like Tyr or Thor for this one, but you could use any entity that deals with protection and justice. And you want to focus your intent and you want to see that the fact that they're out of your life, they're done, you're done with them. And then once you have that, you want to take a knife, a hammer, something, whatever you got. We're going to say this is my knife. I ain't got a knife here on me, but this is going to be my knife. And you're going to have this on your work area. And at the end of the ritual, when you're getting ready to release everything, you just crack the hell out of that bone and shatter it. Make sure you do this on a surface that, can actually take the impact and just release it. Easy peasy. That is one of my favorites. In fact, it's one I plan to do a video about. I do know you're in a hurry. That's why I went ahead and gave you the short on it. But that will work, Wizard. I also got another one that's it's a transmuter spell, but that one's a bit more complicated. So I'll have to do a video on it. I can't short explain it here. What shirt are we buying now? Let's see here. Well, we do ask that you don't continue to spam, but I mean, if it was missed and it's been 5-6 minutes or so, you can re-ask it, but don't spam it. There's a difference there, 2D. And we do offer the super chat because it is very easy for things to get lost in here. It really is. So it's not a new rule, but yeah, it's one of those little things where just try and space it a little bit. So I try, but we gotta balance that whole missing the questions and trying to repeat them and not allowing spam because, well, I think it was Friday or last Sunday we had someone that literally just gave us a wall of spam. So let's see, Tara. It's been here for a while, I think. Oh, Tara. Yeah, thank you. Wizard Warrior. Wow, thank you. I appreciate it. No problem. No problem. In fact, when you reach out, if you already have an entity that you work with that deals in protection, work with that entity. If not, I'd highly, highly recommend Thor and Tyr. Let's see. Grand Bro, any recommendations for Nordic Midsummer celebrations? Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, actually, first off, what I like to do, because actually I work with the Norse a lot, so many of my celebrations are written around them. I would do a hailing ritual very similar to the one we share on here that is based around all the gods in general. So it'd be like hell to the Azure, hell to the Vanir, hell to the gods and goddesses of my people. That way I'm getting a full blanket of them all. Now, once I've done a hailing ritual for all of them as a whole, I would also do a hailing ritual specifically for Suna, the goddess of the sun in Norse mythology. I would do a specific ritual for her. And one thing I like to do also is I like to do some sun water. I actually try to produce some sun water and try to catch that midsummer energy, because it is the longest day of the year. So it's really great for making some sun water and having Suna help to bless it and enchant it. And what I like to do is I catch midsummer and I do the same ritual with Suna for 2 weeks after to get some extra charge in it. You'll end up with a really potent water after that. I would also set your ritual up to honor any particular entities that you do work with, that you work with on the regular. So for me, Odin and Freya would definitely be included. With Loki, because, well, him and my wife work together quite a bit, and he's always welcome. But Suna would definitely be at the center of that, because she is that sun goddess, and it is the longest day of the year. And of course, I would definitely do a little bit of feasting. The Norse are big on their feasting, and try to work it with your local produce of what's in season. Hope that helps you a little bit. Good question. So, Tony, any good magic to help to find a job that you would like more and get well paid, even if you have no idea what that job could be? Actually, Tony, yes. Go over to the prosperity spell here on this channel. Utilize that spell, but when you're utilizing it, utilize it to focus specifically on finding a job that meets that criteria right there. That is the exact criteria you want to use as your focus. This way, you're not picking the specific job. You're just trying to find the job that meets those criteria. And I'm talking about the long-term prosperity spell, not the quick one. So I'm talking about the long-term prosperity spell on this channel, Tony. And do that spell. I would start out doing it daily if you're in a hurry, or weekly. One of the reasons I posted that particular spell is it is versatile. You can adjust it. True, I love to do overall prosperity work. I totally do. But when you have a specific need like that one, and you're wisely thinking to go on a broad spectrum for specific details, that right there is exactly the time to do that. If you don't know what the job is, visualize yourself getting paid from the job, because then you don't need to know the job. You're just looking down at a paycheck, because you have a job, you enjoy it, you like it, it's paying your bills, it's giving you the prosperity you want, and you're looking at the check. You already have that job, you already have the fulfillment, you already have the happiness, and you're just looking at the check. So that gives you the visualization you need without having to worry about all the minute details that could trip you up. Does that make sense, Tony? All right. Thank you very much. I'm from Finland. Haven't worked with any of the Scandinavian deities, but yeah, thanks for the answer. I get the idea. Awesome. Awesome. I'm glad I could help a little bit there. And mugs up. Got someone from Finland here. It amazes me how spread out this community is. We got people from everywhere hanging around. It's awesome. You guys are great. Uh, 2D, what do you mean by a fragment of the entity? Any entity, including humans, can actually be in more than one place. If you're talking about being in more than one location and you're calling that a fragment, that's still the entity. That's not a fragment. So I don't understand your meaning to this question here. Is this one of the new witch talk terms? Because I'll be honest with you, witch talk is like a poison to the occult community at this point. Hey, Milton, take it easy. Have a great week. And I will do my darndest to keep up the work. I will. I'll do my darndest. Tony. Oh, Tony, you're from Finland too. Well, look at that. Mugs up to Finland. We're going to need some more coffee for that one. Hold on. Need a refill. Mugs up to Finland. Greetings from I love that. Greetings from Romania. I promise I'm not a fan. All right, I appreciate that one, man. I needed that. That was good. I'm in England. Hey, across the pond. Hey, welcome. It is so cool to see all y'all here. It really is. If you would have ever told me that someone like me who has stage fright and is afraid of cameras would be able to reach out, connect, and talk with and share my thoughts and ideals with so many people, and apparently, according to y'all's emails, make a tremendous difference and impact on y'all's lives, I wouldn't have believed you. So, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Let's see what we got here. Luna waves in Portugal. Hey! Exactly. Coffee. Favorite beverage of the fence. Hey, here in America, this is our favorite beverage too. Of course, the history of coffee here in America, well, we started drinking it because we gave up on tea due to historical differences. But we're starting to get a taste for tea again. I drink both, but coffee is going to be my favorite. Always will be. I actually, the other morning, I went to see a friend really flipping early, so I got to his house before sunrise. And he's like, "Do you want to have something to drink while we sit and talk?" I was like, "Sure." And it's going to be a hot day, so he's going to sit out on his porch. Dude brought me a cup of Earl Grey. Good Earl Grey, too. When I'm sitting outside, I don't know. It was great tea. It really was. There's just something. I needed the coffee. I needed it. So his daughter actually made me a little French press of some coffee. Totally fixed the moment. But tea just was not that morning beverage. It just didn't have the same feel to it. Different strokes for different folks, though. Yes, Cal, you are correct. You guys are some night owls. I'm honored that y'all stay up so late to watch me ramble on about anything and everything random thought that pops in my head. I'm blessed to have a good community of people like y'all. Fragments. Once you ascend, those fragments come together. So if it's an entity, otherwise it would be viewed as a spirit of the dead or an ancestor. That's really the only difference. And you can ask it point blank if it's an ascended master. A spirit of the dead actually cannot easily lie about that at all. They cannot. So if you ask that question and their answer, even if it's yes, comes out wonky, odds are there's something wonky. Tony, yeah, coffee. See, that's it. I love my Earl Grey. Earl Grey for me is and oolong. Oh God, those are my two. Those are evening beverages for me. During the day and whatnot, I love gotta have my coffee. So don't get me wrong, I love my teas. It's just it's weird how you have a preference that even bases on time of day. You know what I mean? I find that fascinating, really. Let's see. Got some Earl Grey fans in here, I see. Oh, Yorkshire Gold Cow. That's some good stuff. I have had that. That is good. Not going to lie. I actually considered doing a video on some teas and potential kitchen witchery with tea. I've just been trying to work out enough information to make it into a reasonable video. Time check. Oh, okay. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for reminding me. Uh, we are getting close, so we should get ready to close up here. We do have a video coming out on Tuesday. For those who are asking, we are going to attempt to do a art contest of some kind this year. We're not exactly sure of the details of it. We are definitely wanting to do Halloween and Yule again. Those were very, very popular. So we don't know if we'll keep them themed to the holidays, or if we'll open them up a little bit more. We are leaning toward doing T-shirts more than coffee cups this time around, just because a lot of people did request T-shirts. So we'll see about that. Like I said, me and the daughter are going to be doing a fun channel, not occult, but it will be fun and interesting. And once I get more information, I'll be sharing that with you. And I would be tickled to death if y'all would help support me and her on that particular endeavor as well. Let's see. Seems like there was also Midsummer coming up. If you do anything for Midsummer, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you have a lot of fun. Do stay safe through the week also. And crap, I can't believe I forgot this, but to any dads out there, happy Father's Day. It is Father's Day. Hope you had a good one. Or at least I hope you didn't get a really bad tie. I know you'll wear it anyway, but that's how we do things. So with that, everyone, I do have a bunch of stuff I gotta get done tonight. This has been a great little coffee hour. I see we didn't have any of the dramas that we popped up last week, which was kind of fun, but happened all the same. Let's see here. I will say this. To those of you who do come into the Discord, if an admin asks you to keep topics academic or to not talk about a certain topic, and you continue to do it, and you end up getting kicked or banned, and then you try to complain that you were kicked or banned for no reason. That's not no reason. That's a reason. And we have had this happen a couple times now, unfortunately. We do our best to try and talk about things on an academic level and keep those academic levels academic. So there are certain topics that are very, very touchy. We have a special place for adult topics and all those, and it should be there, and it should be kept academic. If you come off as if you might be a threat to someone else in the server or yourself, that can be a problem. Remember, the admin and myself's job in there, other than answering questions and helping you all out and keep this community going, is to also look out for that community. So yeah, I wanted to say that because we had an incident, and I just wanted to make sure I'm upfront about that. So yeah, Drake, are you a dad? Yes, I am a dad. Adopted, but dad. And both of those girls are mischievous as hell. But I think they get that a little bit from me. And my wife. Oh, dear God. One of them could almost be my wife's daughter, legitly. Happy Dragon Dad Day. Also sort of miss the Discord, but it's okay. Thank you for the stream, by the way. Hope you had a good week. I did have a good week. I did busy, and I got a lot to do this week. It's going to be an exhausting week, but that's okay. Hopefully we'll have more to share. I have been still doing the Clifothic stuff and am getting ready to move on to a new sphere of that. So lots of stuff happening there. Anyways, I hope you all have a fantastic week. Keep doing your work. Keep up those journals. Keep recording your data. Again, Midsummer is a great time to plan the second half of the year and look back at the year that has passed. So be taking a look at those journals, people, and seeing the progress you made. I've noticed a lot of you make a lot of progress. You don't see it yourself, but you have. And that's one of the reasons those journals are so amazing, because you can look back and you can see where you were just 6 months ago or a year ago, and you'll be floored how much progress has been made. Those little tiny steps, they don't show much day to day, but when you look at it on a larger picture, it shows, and it's truly amazing because of that. Anyways, everyone, mugs up to you. Have a great week, and I will see you Friday for Research and Ramblings. Take care. Bye-bye.